Hello, y'all. How is everyone doing today? Welcome to Wednesday. It is Wednesday, isn't it? Man, the week's just flying by. The week is absolutely flying by this week. We had a fun stream yesterday. Not much got done, but I will say fun. It was fun. We're halfway, exactly. It is John Bon Jovi Day today. I can't believe I forgot my most overused joke that I use on every Wednesday. John Bon Jovi Day. My hair. I need to look good for the viewers, right? So I might have figured out a couple things and perhaps even printed something out. So we're gonna do this a bit today. It turns out the layout needs some work, and yeah, but we're making this happen. And now that I actually was able to 3D print something to get my hands on it, we've got to sort a few things out. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And we had a lot of help from Rambling Geek, and Walton Rye helped out a bit too in the Discord yesterday. And I was able to figure out how to use some of the AutoCAD Fusion 360 or whatever the heck I don't even know what it's called. This overly complicated CAD software that I used to sort of know how to use. And then they changed everything on me in the last year, and now I have no idea how to use it at all. So yeah, we're gonna work a bit on that today. We might redesign the panel just a little because I've got some thoughts. About how this actually turned out, and they're mostly good thoughts. Don't worry, they're mostly really good thoughts. But there are indeed some thoughts. But we're going to enjoy some coffee first and see how is life going. I've been working hard on the text effects YouTube video. You may have seen my recent post to the blue sky where I show off the neon sign effect a little bit. I'm pumped to get this one out there. I'm going to be doing things in a very different way than I've done videos before. And it's totally outside of my comfort zone. And it comes from, just my comfort zone in terms of how I like to teach, not so much like I'm not doing anything uncomfortable. Don't worry about that. But just in terms of how I structure the videos, but have some amazing folks who have successful YouTube channels that are in my circles that have made some recommendations. And so I'm taking those to heart and changing a little bit about how I do things. And hopefully it's nothing bad. It's just, well, real talk. I taught for a long time in academia. And it turns out, y'all are not going to believe this. I didn't believe it at first, but it turns out that when you're starting a 2-hour lecture in a lecture hall where you have a fairly captive audience who are paying for you to be talking, you motivate their participation and viewership in a different way than you need to motivate, random people on the internet that can easily click away and are watching a 10-minute tutorial video that they're not actually even paying for, let alone captive to. It turns out that these are two very different things, and thus there are different approaches to how you might motivate one to watch your video. I kind of had to come to that realization because not to toot my own horn, but I was a pretty good lecturer in academia. I had very good reviews from students. I had very engaged classes. And I was kind of just leaning on the skills that I'd learned in doing that. And it wasn't necessarily the right way to do it. So let's catch up on chat a little bit. You don't need to motivate. No. So Exceldro, here's the thing. For the folks that don't need to be motivated, I'm trying too hard. And then the folks that do maybe need some motivation, I'm not trying in the right way at all. So for those folks that don't need to be motivated, they're not going to care how I do the motivation. But those folks, I'll just put it this way. The upcoming video will have no intro. We're trying something new here. It will have no talking head intro, and in fact, no intro to the video as a whole because of the style of video it is. So we're going to give this a try. May it fall flat on its face? It might. But hey, what's the definition of insanity? When you keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect different results? Not that I've been disappointed in my videos. It's just I put a lot of hours into them, and when it's only seen by a few dozen people, it gets a little demoralizing. So it would be nice to reach a little bit larger audience. So we're gonna try some of that. We're gonna try some of that. If all else fails, use the threatening method. Exactly. I know what I'm doing. I will find your house. I will show up. So let's catch back up on chat. Oh, nice. Are the Buckaroo Broken over on YouTube says, oh, nice. Are the flip switches going to be directly connected to the Stream Deck board? For my large rotary knob Stream Deck project, I found that the board is pretty picky with what hardware is modded. They will be directly connected. We figured out how for switches we're able to do that. You captivate an audience by threatening them. Works like a charm, indeed. Yeah, we might have to use that. If this video doesn't pan out the way I hope, then maybe we'll take that in. You're also in the few dozen already, so you're not scared. Yeah, don't be scared. Second favorite. Don't be scared. Video starting mid-course will definitely work. Have you tried to add a few hashtags to the bottom? I have, Dimitri. I've tried adding hashtags. I've tried a lot of stuff in the description. And I also, on almost all my videos, I forgot on one of them and I updated it later. I put time codes in. So I definitely do try to put time codes in to the videos because I like when time codes are there. But for from the sounds of things, you know, the thing that struck me was when I was basically told, and this makes perfect sense, your thumbnail and title are basically your intro. People are either going to click on the video or they're not. And when it comes to tutorial style content, which is what I produce a lot of, they don't need to be told what they're going to be told because you already told them in the thumbnail and title, and that's why they clicked. So no reason to drag it out. And that makes absolute perfect sense. That makes absolute perfect sense. Streaming is a small niche, so it's hard to get people to come watch. It is, but you know, people have successfully done it. And if I just keep doing things the same way, why should I expect any difference? And it's fun. It's actually fun for me to start to experiment around and try to do things a little different. As you've seen in my videos, I've been experimenting around and certain things have hit a little bit better than others, and we'll get there. We'll dial it in. We'll dial it in. You could do stuff like Bringus Studios. I'll need to check Bringus Studios out, Kurt. I'll need to check them out. But today's not about the streaming per se. Today's not about the making of the videos. Today is about pushing forward on the Fingato stream panel. The Fingato stream panel. And like I said, here is what we have got. And we can actually take our board here. Oh, it's backwards. It's backwards, chat. Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. We can actually hold our board right here. We have our buttons. They fit perfectly in the little slots. I have to kind of hold everything in place. We've got our switches here, which are these momentary switches that can be flipped up and down. We've got our key. I'm not going to keep holding this Stream Deck in here because I'm going to drop it and break it. So we're going to take that out for now. We've got our key, which works. We can insert the key, which I can't do blind, and turn it. Come on. There we go. And that works. And yeah, so we're gonna go from there. So let's see. Ask a favor and get Nutty Elgato to retweet. Well, I've had my stuff retweeted by them. It doesn't move the dial all that much, frankly. I think the key to it, everything that I've been told, it's been pounded into my head now. The key to the whole thing is you gotta get 5 to 10% of the people who see your thumbnail to click on it, and then you need to retain their viewership. You need, by the end of like 30 seconds, you need to have retained at least like 70% of viewership. Otherwise, it just kind of, the algorithm just kind of stops showing the stuff. So, I mean, that's a very general way of saying it, but it seems to be the case for me. And I have one video that was that way, and it didn't really do well until I think it started showing up in search results. And so apparently there's a whole thing around how you title your videos and your thumbnails in the starting phase when it's being shown by the algorithm, and then you start to change for longer term, you know, tail views. And on my green screen video, that thing barely had any views up front, and then about 5-6 months later, all of a sudden it got picked up in search results, and it's gone like crazy. It's closing in on being my most viewed video, even over my Stream Deck video. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Other news on YouTube. I also posted on Blue Sky this morning. We passed the 4,000 hours. We're officially at 4,000, like 15 hours. And so we've passed that. YouTube is going to take a whole week. I know that it's so stupid. YouTube is like, now we got to take a week to make sure the numbers that we got are real numbers. That's literally them just dragging out another week that they don't have to pay you. You know darn well those numbers are not going to change. And if they change significantly, they would just claw back the stuff. But no, they want another week of not paying out on ads. So a week from today, we should be monetized for ads on the video, which won't change anything because they're already showing the ads. It just means I'll get a couple pennies a video. Hopefully more than that. Hopefully our new video structure brings all the OBSers into the fold, and everyone wants to watch and enjoy the videos. But we will have to see. We'll get there. We'll get there. And the option where to put ads. True. Thank you, Let's Do Video. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. So Rambling Geek, again, thank you yesterday for all your help. We're gonna mess around with it a bit here today. We're gonna try to tighten this up. We're gonna talk a little bit about the layout. If I were YouTube, I'd give you at least 1,000 pennies. Second favorite. Thank you. Absolutely appreciate those 1,000 pennies. That was quick as expected. Wait, which was quick? The getting to monetization. I don't know if I'd say it was quick. It's taken almost a year. So is the Stream Deck mod going to be a YouTube video eventually? So absolutely. If so, I'd highly recommend watching Flat Tanner Tech's video structure for his mod vids. Will do. So Buckaroo Brogan, would you mind messaging that to me either on Discord or Twitch or whatever? Because I will forget. But if I when folks message me something while I'm streaming, I read it afterwards and I put it in my notes. So wait, YouTube needs a week to confirm the numbers they got from their own system is accurate. Indeed, DeGrowly Bear. Indeed. I could even show you. It's kind of silly. I think I can show you without doxing anything. Let me see if let me see if I can find where it talks about it, because it's pretty hilarious. If we go to earn and we scroll down here to, hold on, where is it? Earning with, no, where did it go? Now they've made it disappear. Hold on. Where did, maybe I have to make the browser bigger. Is it in learn? No, it's not that. Oh, now I can't even find it. I see the earn tab. There we go. So anything sensitive on here? Nothing that I can see. So we can show this. And there we go. My eligibility for earning with ads, showing data as of April 17th. So a week ago. And see, we're at 3,898 valid public watch hours. And if you go over this, why could it take a week to update? We carefully validate each channel's engagement metrics before they're displayed here. This process may take several days to complete and may vary from what you see elsewhere, such as YouTube analytics. I call bull honky on that one. You just don't want to pay me for another week. I absolutely think that that's a bunch of crap. We're not talking like rocket science here. We're not talking rocket science. So absolutely hilarious. They're carefully validating. Shorts view hours don't count for this. No, they don't. And I have all of 860 shorts views, which aren't actually counted in the metric I see either. Because my shorts view hours is like an hour at most. So yeah, it's pretty funny. But again, I don't want to, let's see, there was a kind of an interesting analytic. Yeah, if we look at watch time hours, this is pretty hilarious. I'm guessing I'm guessing, and nope, nothing sensitive here. I am guessing that, oh, I put this in the wrong spot. Hold on. Actually, the one thing, I don't know if this is sensitive. Probably not, but I am guessing that not a whole lot of watch hours look like this for new YouTubers. That first video I released was a banger. Look at that. It just goes to the moon. And then not much. And right around here is where that green screen video started to take off. And it goes up. But I was like, this'll be the worst is if we reach whatever this was, June 4th or June 5th, and like hundreds of hours drop off on the video. Which video is this? This was my wireless Stream Deck video that went at, it was the first public YouTube video that I ever posted. The wireless Stream Deck video, and it went bananas. And then I've been chasing that high ever since. It had like 30,000 views in the first like 4 days or something like that. So so close that you'll need to put out another good video, and you should be. Oh no, I'm good now. If we look, I'm at 4,016 hours. So we passed the 4,000 hour metric, which this doesn't include shorts. So that is minus shorts, but we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We will get there. And that one short that I released had like an hour or an hour and a half of view time. So we're already past it, even if that was being counted. But let's start to design the, what was it, Fingato stream panel. And there will be people watching here to add more hours. I know, you're giving me all the hours. I should have started dual streaming long ago. You can't picture me in shorts. I wear shorts all the time, Joystick Nick. I mean, I've got my old man legs, but get going. How you doing, Gessif? What's going on? Yes, we'll get going. We'll start designing. And yes, we'll give one more shot of what we're working on today, because I printed out a quick panel and added my switches. Here's what it looks like. We got to talk a little bit about these switches, though. Let's see. I get it. March, I was 3,000 high, but since then, at roughly around 1K or lower, and this is from shorts. Honestly, the only reason I can picture the lower half of your body is because I met you in person first. Indeed. Dual streaming would be great. Who are you fighting? I'm fighting the algorithms, Dinky Dolphin. I'm fighting the algorithms. Okay, let's fire up our wonderful Excalibur so that we can get a rough sketch of what our Fingato panel is going to end up looking like. Let's see. How many people are just a name and a hex color? This is true. This is a big part of why I'm going to TwitchCon Rotterdam. Because I want to meet in person a bunch of the Europe folks that I have not yet been able to meet. It's been so fun meeting folks at San Diego, but it will be an absolute blast meeting some folks in Europe as well. Have we added the lawnmower chain pull start yet? Not yet. Ugh, I wish I could travel. Joystick Nick, I like this travel to Europe is actually kind of against my better judgment. It's one of those things I probably shouldn't do, but year after year, I am the one in the household to say no to myself. I'm not going to do it. Going to TwitchCon San Diego has been great because it's generated business and all that. Maybe TwitchCon Europe will as well, so I'll be able to justify it there. But Mrs. Singularity was finally like, just do it. Just go. You talk about it, just go. And so, and I can write it off because technically I get income from streaming and stuff, and I run it all through my little software consultancy company, and so I can write off the travel, so why not do it? Why not do it? Really, Steve? That would be awesome. That would be awesome. If you do, absolutely let me know. And I'm buying you a coffee or a beer or lunch or something, because it would be fantastic to meet up with you. Okay, so here is the Fingato stream panel. You can see I was pretty close with this layout here. Obviously my switches are off a little bit. I gave them a little bit too much vertical room, so they're going off the top of the panel. But when I started just playing with the switches and kind of being like, there's a switch here, there's a switch here, I started to realize maybe, just maybe, it would be best to do the switches across rather than in a grid of 4 like this. Here's the trade-offs. I like the grid of 4 because they align with the grid of 4 buttons here. So your indicator lights kind of line up, which is neat, On the other hand, it's a little harder to get at them. Have you have your ETIAS, or is that not? Wait. What is Walton? What is ETIAS? And am I saying it completely wrong? What if you rotate them 90 degrees so they're side toggle? You know, at the very least, rotating them. Oh, travel visa. Was that needed? I don't think that's needed yet for Amsterdam. I don't think that's needed until 2027 or late 2026. I'll take a look at it. It's just you just sign up on what's it called? A website, and it's real easy to do. The lightning, I'm trying to go to TwitchCon Rotterdam. I was focused since January after Christmas. Then in February, found out a company that I pay my wages was leaving, and the 2-month work I never got it. I do now have a new company that is supplying my wage, but those 2 months I didn't really need, were really needed. Oh man, Lightling, I totally get it. If you're there, we're totally meeting up, but totally understand. But yeah, there could be a rotation of the panel. This could work. And let me just see. Actually, that's not bad. It gets tough if both are up, but should you ever have 2 emergency switch covers up at the same time? I think the answer to that is a big no, right? You only ever want a single emergency switch up at a time. You open this, you flip that switch, and you close it, right? That's the way these are supposed to work. So that's actually not bad. I could just space them this way and just bring these guys down to a similar spacing, and that would work. What are we thinking? The other issue with that, see, make it a little wider, but put the 6-deck stream deck in the middle. Ooh, I like that. I do like that idea. And would you even need to make it wider, or would it just be sliding, bring these down, slide this over, so we'd have switches here, switches over here, and the stream deck in the middle? And maybe we would need to make it a little wider. The other piece of it is this is one of the most important parts of the whole thing. The branding. We do need the Fingato stream panel across the top. So we need to leave enough room for that. Just something to consider. But yes, I'm seeing where you're going with that, Rambling Geek. I'm liking the two sets of switches flanking either side. And we are going to print labels for these toggle tops, which will be for things like lights, camera, and action. Because why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we? Yeah, maybe we'll try that layout. I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. This key for now is going away. This key for now is going away. Because this key is for when we're able to make these buttons active or not. And for this first version, I'm not going to have the board ready to do this. We'll design that later. So we can always print a new housing and stuff for that. Moving from office to car, we'll listen in the car, unable to comment. No worries, Rambling Geek. Those covers don't flip the switch when you close them. They would, Walton, but these switches I got, hold on, let me show you. Oh, you know what? I'll show you with just an individual switch, which will be much easier to do. Hold on, Walton. Hold on, we're holding steady here. Okay, so these switches I got, they are momentary. So when you push it, they spring back. So they act like the momentary buttons on the Stream Deck. So the other switches I have are not momentary. These ones actually toggle. And those, yes, the cap pushes, when you close the cap, it pushes the switch back. So yeah, they're momentary toggle, not switching. So okay, well, let's mess around with this a bit. And I know that Rambling Geek actually sent me a really cool library of components that we can pop in to see how these things fit. Those are the ones that I'm used to. The momentary ones or the latching ones? We also need to design a really good emergency stop button. Walton Rye made one in with AI, which I'm gonna suspend my very big distaste for AI generated images based on my feelings about stealing people's work and stuff. And I'm not going to put that on others, so I don't mind, Walton, that you made this. And it's a really good flippin' idea, and I love the look of it. So we're going to design it to be our emergency stop button. So I'm gonna Walton, if you don't mind, I'm gonna show this on stream as well, because it's really fun. Hold on here. So here we go. Is this not the best looking emergency stop button you've ever seen, including the completely over the top and unnecessary critical safety feature, use only in emergency, and the additional yellow emergency stop around the red emergency stop button, but picture it being this emergency stop button on top. So we are so doing this. I will get a sticker printed of this, and maybe we'll have to incorporate some sort of finite singularity thing in here, and then I can give the stickers out at TwitchCon or whatever. But I will get stickers made to go on the side of this thing. Or maybe we just, you know what? Even better. Maybe we just do a 2-color plate that we print and stick on there. Can you 3D print a different color? I can, Dimitri. The only issue with doing it for this is printing the different colors with a label like this. on the layer height as it's built up will look kind of funny, but I can definitely make a plate that we then just stick to the side of it. So that's what we'll do, because then it'll have some thickness to it. And it can we can have these letters be raised and stuff. So yeah, that's what we'll end up doing. And then obviously this circular emergency stop, this could be an inlay of using yellow or something like that. Maybe I'll even get a smooth print plate so that we don't have the texture. Add a small recess into the sides. Yeah, exactly. That's what we do. Or tiny screws. Oh, I think this would look good, really good, if it was made to have overly engineered, where it's like, yeah, rivets or screws that are holding it in. That would look great. So we're definitely going to make our emergency stop button like this. And I think we need to have a similar design for our lever. But instead of emergency stop, I think we do, like, if we look at this, we have a yellow plate around where you pull the lever, and it just says lever on each side of it. Just lever. And then maybe the plate on the side of it says something like critical operation feature or something like that. The emergency stop of the picture is one where you have to twist it to release it. So is this one, Walton. So is this one. So we're already ahead of you there. So you can even see the arrows for the release on it. We're doing this. We're doing this, and we'll open source all the files so that you too can build this critical safety feature for your stream. Yes, Walton approved. Although the size of this button, there's a bigger one that's a little chunkier. I might have to spend the extra $10 and return this one, or use this for another project and get the bigger start button. Because if we're going to do it, we're going to do it, chat. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay, let's get to working on this panel. We're gonna open up Fusion. The big one is the one they used to have for metal wood shops. It's, yeah, exactly. Okay, come on. Are we... Do I double click this? Yeah, here we go. Come on. And then what I can do here, we can close this window, which I can hide that dock with this, and then we can open this, and there we go. Okay, so here's the design we had. I'm trying to do this primarily within the sketch here. So if we, I mean, I know I can just go to edit sketch, but here is the sketch. And let me see what we got here. If we go to top, why am I now not seeing? Oh, you know what? Where? Oh, shoot. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. It's just you can't see. Oh, God. It's too light. Why is it? Oh, probably because I have this turned. I don't know. So I think what we want to do, I think we want to change the constraints on these guys to the edges of our board. instead of to this guy here. And then we'll have a constraint on this. And why are these not showing up now? Oh, we're back to, I mean, they show up when we, whatever. But yeah, let's like get rid of these constraints here. And we'll make those constraints to the edges so that we can adjust these things in that way. And then this, we've got a 5mm and a 5mm here, so we can adjust those. But instead of indexing this off the edge of this guy here, we'll index these off the edges of our actual panel. I think that makes more sense. So let's get moving on that. Most of these are in sketch dimensions. Yes, because from my experience, if we change the sketch dimensions, it changes where we extrude it and stuff in the actual model. I'm just really not sure why. Oh God. GSP's latest story, no classics. What would Ollie's latest story be? What was, because Phil just redeemed story time that I have to tell a story about Ollie that's not a classic, not one of the classic stories. Let me think here for a second. A classic Ollie story. I could tell the story over the last 3 days. So Ollie is 10. And if he doesn't act. Oh, you're talking about parameters. Yes. So all those dimensions are parameters, Walton. So I can go into the parameters list and change them. So I guess they're not sketch dimensions. I drew the dimensions in the sketch, but I assign them parameter names so that we can adjust them in the parameters. That is absolutely true. But I think I have to change which dimensions I'm using because I'm indexing things off of the Stream Deck, and I should just be indexing everything off of the edge of our panel. So yes, that is all good. Okay, so let's see. Ollie the dog is 10 years old. He's a German short hair pointer. He is extremely energetic for a 10-year-old dog. As in, if you saw him running around and you saw how energetic he is, you would guess he's any normal dog, a 2 or a 3-year-old dog, a German short hair pointer, you'd guess like maybe he could be 6 or 7, but he is 10. He keeps us on our toes. So, that all being said, on Sunday, he was out with Mrs. Singularity. They were outside for like a couple hours running around the yard. And he came in and he was barely not feeling good. You could tell his energy was really low and he didn't really want to eat his dinner. And we started getting concerned, and he ate a little bit of dinner. And then he was like drooling, and it was like, oh no, what did he get into outside? What did he eat out there that's making him sick? Well, we found out at about 3 o'clock in the morning that it wasn't something he ate outside. Mr. Oliver had swallowed a sock, which promptly at 3 o'clock in the morning ended up not inside of Ollie anymore. Thankfully, it came up the way it started. Otherwise, it might have caused a blockage or something like that. So we were like, that could have been an ER trip. It could have been an ER trip. Luckily, it wasn't. And so the next morning, he seemed to have a little bit more energy, but he still wasn't seemingly feeling great. And we figured, oh, maybe it was just because he didn't eat much last night. And so on Monday morning, oh gosh, this has talking in it. We're skipping that song because there's talking in it. But that's also classic GSP behavior. It is indeed. And so Monday morning, he ate his breakfast slowly and then proceeded to barf up his whole breakfast. So I'm like, oh no, it wasn't just the sock. Sad face. And his energy seemed to come back a little bit during the day, but it never really came back. And yesterday he was still pretty under the weather. No, actually it was yesterday that he ate the breakfast. So Monday he was just kind of down, ate and seemed to be fine, but tired. Yesterday morning he barfed up his breakfast. So Sunday night, barfed up the sock. Monday, he seemed a little bit lethargic, but maybe recovering from it. And then Tuesday, he was kind of off all day, barfed up his breakfast in the morning. I was starting to get concerned. It was like, okay, now this has been going on for a few days. Started thinking about calling the vet. And yeah, so Tuesday late afternoon comes around. And Ollie is suddenly 100% back to his old self. He's running around. He's wanting to go outside. He's tearing around being crazy dog. What did I find in the corner of our living room? Walton guessed it. Another sock. So Mr. Doggo had been carrying around not one, but two socks inside his tum-tums. And once he got rid of that second sock, he is absolutely back to his old shenanigans. He was running around this morning, like jumped out of bed this morning, looking out the window like he does almost every morning, saying, "Hey, everyone, the sun came back up." I wish I could have Ollie's embracing of the day to come, because I'll tell you, Chad, this dog is like, we have another day in front of us. What are we going to do? He's so excited. And the Ollie we all know and love was 100% back to living again. And you'll notice he's not here with us. He is upstairs with Mrs. Singularity because she's working from home today. And he is her working from home, as we call it, best friends club. We sing a song about best friends club in this house, and it's typically which of Mrs. Singularity and I are currently in the best friends club, because Ollie loves us all, but only one person can be in best friends club at a time. And both of us like to gloat when it's one or the other who's not in best friends club. Okay, let's start to do this. So we want to delete this constraint. This dimension is referenced by a parameter in an equation. Are you sure you want to delete? Yes. We're going to delete this one as well. So now these are now not referenced off the side. Next up, we will make a reference. Okay. Is there a way to ensure that the horizontal position of these two are always the same, so that I only have to reference one of them to the edge? We'll start by referencing one to the edge, which I think, where did my sketch dimension? There we go. Okay, so we can reference from this guy to the edge here. And this is what? 80, whatever it is. D. Wait, what? Hold on. We're going to say this is 80.1 at the moment. So I'm going to say, we're going to call this right switch or is offset equals 80.1. There we go. D to dimension. Oh, hit the D key. Okay. And then how do I ensure that these two are always the same dimension this way? Do I just cut this dimension again and give it the same? Or is there a way to say wherever this guy is, I want this one to have the same? Draw a construction and do a vertical. Draw construction. How do I do that? Is it one of these constraints? Is that what this is? Draw a line, highlight it, and hit X. Okay, so I draw a line from here to here. From one to the other. Is that what we do? Okay. Draw a line. Okay. Highlight it and hit X. Ah, okay. Okay. So I see we got the constraints here. And then that line won't ever like try to interrupt these, right? So if I were to go now to my, where are they? I think it's under modify, change parameters. That should have made it dotted. Oh, fantastic. It didn't. So do I want to undo that then and figure out why it didn't make it dotted? And then we figure out how to make it dotted. Is that the best thing we want to do here? Or is there a way I can make it dotted without undoing? I'm waiting because I know I'm going to screw it up and then we're going to be... Construction lines are dotted. Okay, so we're going to undo that. Is there a construction line somewhere here? I don't see any construction line. Is that what these are? Is this just like a constrains two or more objects so they share a common line? Is this what I'm looking for? Where the line and one edge of the rectangle lie on the same line. Is this what I want? Constrains the position of 2 points or a point in a line or curve together. I wonder if that's what this is. This could be a point constrained along a line, 2 points constrained to each other, or a point constrained along a curve. Okay. I'm gonna guess... Nope. That didn't work. That failed. Would it be this and this? Can you open your sketch palette? Sure. Okay, here's my sketch palette. Oh, so you're saying we do line, center line, snap, slice, profile, points. Is it something to do with this where we have to change? Oh. Now it's dashed. Now it's dashed, so I don't know what happened there. So if I go now to my... If I go now to my change parameters and we set this offset, which is 80. Where'd you go? Panel 4, sketch. This is sketch 3. Wait a second. Sketches. It is... Which sketch is this? I think it's sketch 3. Switch horizontal offset. Here we go. Right switch horizontal offset. Oh, wait. Highlight that. Hold on. Highlight which? This? Wait, which are we highlighting now? Yes, the construction line. Okay, do I need to have line selected or something? No. Oh, there we go. Okay, highlight that and add a vertical constraint. Okay, so go to constraints. Would vertical, horizontal vertical contains a single line or 2 points to lie on either the vertical or horizontal axis. So this right here? Nope. Constraint has already been applied to the selected sketch object. So it looks like it's already got it. It looks like it kind of knew what I wanted to do there. No worries at all. Okay, I'm gonna collapse that and forget that it's there, so y'all have to remind me. Then we're gonna go here and we're gonna set this 80.1 to like, I don't know, 10 millimeters. Look at that. It did it, chat. It did it. Awesome. Okay. Now I don't want to do that. Hold on. Hold on here. Undo. Can I undo? There we go. Because I forgot that I had this constraint on here as well. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all my constraints to this right-hand side here. And then these two will set up the same way so that they'll move together. So let's get rid of this dimension. There we go. And let's do the same thing here. See, I'm kind of learning this. So the first thing we want to do is we want to draw a line from here to here. And why is that one red? Why is this one red? Oh, maybe. Why would that be red and this one's green? Any thoughts on that? Is it just that they're... Let's go to our sketch palette here. Is there a way to see what this is doing? See, this is where I get confused. This one's got that guy. This one has this guy. So I think I need to do... Nope, sketch geometry is over constrained. Okay. Maybe I need to set the distance first. Let's try that. Let's try that. We'll do the same thing we did before. So I'm going to add a sketch dimension. We're going to go from here to here. And that's 100 and... Okay, so then this is going to be left. Oh, did I already do left? Hold on. Let me open my... Open my parameters. What did I call it? I called this one right switch. Okay, so this will be left switch horizontal offset. Right. Let's give these right switch horiz offset. So we're gonna go to. Come on. Let me. Why can't I select you now? See, this drives me crazy. Why can't I click on something? What? Oh, there we go. Now I can click on it. Okay. So this will be left switch horiz offset equals 130.10. There we go. So we'll be able to change that later. And then if we do a line between this one and this one, what does this guy mean? Well, we'll try it. We'll see if they move together. Let's modify, and our left switch horizontal offset I'll set to 110. Oh, there we go. So it is moving. You know what? It might have been because I had this constraint too. So let's go back. I'm going to undo both of these. We're going to delete you. We're going to delete. Well, that one can stay the same. Now let's try this one more time. I think I'm over constraining things because No, it's doing the same thing, but it seems to do what I want it to do. Oh, I wonder if this constraint happened because this was constrained here. And we are going to constrain this one and this one to the same height. So let's do that. Okay. So now if we change this 28, that should stay the same. And then we'll constrain this one to this one. So we would just have to change this, and then we'll put a constraint here. And that way we can shift. Oh, no. Never mind. I don't want to constrain this horizontally because I want that to be from that edge. We do want these two to have the same height though. Okay, I'm starting to get it, chat. I know I'm slow, but I'm starting to get it. I'm starting to understand what we're throwing down here. So what I should be able to do now is important, but a pain. Exactly. But it's starting to click. Like I said early on, I said, I'm sure all this stuff makes perfect logical sense when you start to think about it. But yeah, that's the challenge, is starting to think about it. Okay. So what we're going to do next, I think I should be able to set these all up now. A rectangle pattern may be better, but don't let me derail you. I'm sure it would. We're doing it the hard way, Rambling Geek. We're doing it the hard way. Because I could take these constraints away and then I could have two closer together or whatever, but I think we're just going to do it the hard way for now. So let's go ahead, and that gives me something to learn next time, right? For our next project. So I'm going to bring this up. Let's set our 80.10 to like 15. So we'll set this to 15 millimeters. Boom. What happened? Oh, they both moved. This is hot. This is hot. Now I want to bring this down here to 50 millimeters for now. So that one, which one is 75? Right here, switch first space. We'll set this to 50 millimeters. Oh, it's happening. It's happening. And then our right offset, this 130, we'll set that to be, I think we can do an equation, can't we? We could do the width minus, no, I don't necessarily want to do it minus 50 because I want to give enough room for this guy. So let's see what we're going to do with that. So the 130.10, let's do our panel width minus like 50. 190 minus 50 would be 140 or something. And then we can play with that a bit more later. So this will be panel width minus 50 millimeters. Will that work? Can't refer. Oh, it has to be panel. I have to spell it right. Oh, look at that. Oh, nope. That. Oh, why did it do panel height? I wanted to do panel width. There we go. Oh, chat, we're doing it. We're doing it. Okay, it's starting to click. I'm so excited. This is starting to click. This is good. This is good. Now just looking at this, how far up from this? Because we do need our Oh, or do we 3D print a plate for this one too? I think we need to. Oh, chat. If we're going to keep with the theme, do these need to be wrapped in a yellow band with like the black diagonal slices out of it so that they're all like high alert buttons? Oh, I think they do. Okay. With that, I want this guy to be centered vertically here. Do I have a laser? I do, Rambling Geek. I do have a laser. It's not a high powered one. It's a part of my CNC machine, and it can do things like etch. Oh yeah, that's the other problem. We're using what's it called? Acrylic for this top surface. So that might be a little bit tricky to put those in. But we could print a plate and glue the plate to the thing. But yes, I do have a laser. Hatch the labels. Yeah, that would work. Oh my God. I don't know if this would be possible. And me asking this means we got to figure out a way to make this possible. Could we? Y'all are gonna be like rolling your eyes. Could we inset acrylic around the switches using yellow acrylic and an LED underneath them to light it up? And if we really wanted to take this, add a little micro switch that gets triggered when this goes up that illuminates in yellow when you open the switch cover. Oh my God, that would be cool. That would that not be cool? We're never gonna finish this project, chat. We're never gonna finish this project. Okay, I gotta give myself a few more reference points here before we make this thing completely impossible to do. Scope creep, just a little ham radio. Ham radio, welcome to the stream, by the way. The ham radio's over on YouTube for the Twitch folks. We at one point in the design process had an old school Oldsmobile key tumbler on the side of this to turn it on. And then I started looking into it, and it turned out you need to build your own springback mechanism and all that kind of stuff, which will be done eventually. We will have the old school key ignition to do it. But yes, Zigma, thank you very much for the follow. I absolutely appreciate it. Okay, let's add a constraint here. Again, from this right edge. So we're gonna go from here to here. And we're just gonna say something like, actually, you know what? Do we want this from this edge? Or do we want to just do this from the other? You know what? Let's index it from this edge, and we'll do an equation to index it, so that we can always make sure that these guys fit in. Hey, Spaha, how you doing? Okay, so here we're gonna call this key, or is, you know what? Offset equals, and I'm going to change the value here, 165. Can I do that? Or no? You know what? Here, we're going to hit escape. I think I got to delete the old. Oh, you know what? We're just going to set this to key or is offset. There we go. And then I'll change that to 160 or whatever it was. Does anyone remember what it was? We'll just get it close enough for now. And we'll set key horiz offset. You know what? We'll use panel. Sorry, you're not seeing this. It's off the bottom. Width minus what are we gonna do? We're gonna do the key. Oh, I never set a dimension for the keyhole width. So we'll do minus 30 for now, and then we'll set some stuff up later. Okay. It's gonna be a little bit different from that. I need to give these values. So this one. Oh, there we go. What are you thinking about? There we go. Okay, so this is gonna be key hole diameter equals 19. And then this one will be switch hole diameter equals 12. And then I got to change all these to switch hole. Wait, you didn't like that? Hold on. Switch hole diam equals 12 millimeters. Did that make it for me? Hold on. Where is our switch hole diameter? I don't think it made it. Keyhole diam was created. Why was switch hole diam not created? Oh, here it is. Why does it live here? Oh, because that's where it is. Okay. Oh boy, some of these are dimensions, some of these are... Okay, let's see if we can set this one now. Oh. Switch hole diam. Oh yeah, there we go. Switch hole diam. Switch hole diam. So now I should be able to go in to our switch hole diameter. And like if I switch that to 14 millimeters, those all switch to 14. Awesome. Awesome. So we're going to set this back to 12 millimeters. Okay, perfect. Now we need to work with the offset here. So I'm offsetting from the right side and I'm offsetting from the bottom. So let's go ahead. Oh, you know what? This one. What's the distance from here to here? That was what, 15 millimeters? So if we were to do from, oh, that's including, we'll figure that out later. Let's scoot you down here. So we're going to call this key. Oh, I already have key vert offset. So I can just switch that value. We're getting them all. And I'll switch to like, I don't know, 30 for now. And we'll make an equation or whatever if we need. Nope, 30 definitely was enough. Let's try 50. Or let's have it halfway between these two. So that's going to be the vertical offset plus half of the separation. So what is that? So that's going to be switch vert space divided by 2. Oh, do I not have a switch vert offset? I must not have that yet. Oh, come on. No, I don't want to select you. There we go. Okay, so that's 28 for now. So this will be switch vert offset equals 28 millimeters. I'm probably driving all of the experts at this absolutely crazy with this. And then change parameters, and our key vert offs. Oh, nope. Our key vert offset will be switch vert offset plus half of the switch spacing. So this will be switch vert offset plus switch vert space divided by 2. Look at that. Now it's going to be centered between those two all the time. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so Spaha, not only is it going to be 3D printed later, we're working on a version that didn't quite turn out right. So we've already started the 3D printing process. So we are moving on this. And I'm enjoying this. I'm going to move you up there so I can read you better. Okay. So if we change the offset of these guys, that updates this. I'm having an absolute blast doing this. I'm having an absolute blast. Now we just need to get the proper offset here, which maybe we just split the difference. Maybe I do 140, so this distance plus whatever half the distance here is. So I guess that would just be what, 190 plus 140 over 2? Driving you crazy, though you don't use Fusion. Sorry, Krager. Sorry. But it's the way it's going to be because I'm learning, and my learning process, it's a process. Okay, so this, let's see, right switch horizontal offset. Where is the key? Where's the keyhole? Oh, here we go. Keyhole vert offset. Oh, wait a second. Where the heck did key? Oh, here's that's keypad. Oh, that's strange. Okay, so this is going to be key panel width plus our switch horizontal, no, plus our left switch horizontal offset, all divided by 2. Right, that should give me the center point, if my math is right. No, it's all good, Kragerville, I know. There we go. So now this will stay centered between these two, which might be a little snug, but let's see what happens when we move our pad now between these guys. So, oh boy, this is going to be a calculation. This is going to be a calculation because we need to move this keypad. Oh, in the center. Problem is the buttons aren't centered. For the experts out there, Rambling Geek and Walton, if you're still listening, is there a way to set an anchor point on something like this and do my dimensions based on that anchor point? Because if we turn this on, we'll see this, the buttons are actually not centered horizontally or vertically because of how the electronics are. And so what I want is an anchor point that's like right between these two right here. And I want this to get centered based on that anchor point. Is that too much to ask? It might be too much to ask. That might be too much to ask. I mean, I guess alternatively, I can measure how far off the center is and add like a little fudge factor there. But it would be interesting if I could just say, grab the center point between these two, add it as the anchor point for this, and center that anchor point here. If you can reference that geometry, you could just make a construction line. Not sure if it would update. Got it. Okay, well, let's keep it simple for now. I'm going to start by eyeballing it. Where I guess I can just reference the distance from this edge to the center. If I kind of calculate what that is, then I just take the average of what? This plus this, which gives me the center point between these two, and then subtract off whatever that distance is. And I can even make that a variable that I can just mess with until I get something that looks good. I mean, we're kind of splitting hairs here. So let's do that. Let's do that. So inspect, can I measure? Does measure actually add anything? Okay, 1.708 millimeters. Let's remember that because I want to undo this measurement. 1.7. We're going to just go with 1.7 millimeters. Someone write 1.7 millimeters in chat. We're going to undo that. So that's the distance between these two. And then we need to measure the distance from here to this line, which is 24.2. We're just going to go with 24.2. So we're going to have 24.2 plus half of 1.7. And 1.7 would be, let's see, 17 would be 8.5. So 24.2 plus 8.5. 24. Oh shit. What did I do? What did I undo just now? Redo. Okay. Okay, so 24.2 plus 0.85. 24.2 plus 0.85. 32.7. I gave the wrong calculation on that, Spaha. It's going to be 25.05. It wasn't one. It wasn't the 17 or whatever. I was off a decimal. So, okay. So let's go ahead here. 25.05. We need to make a variable. Yeah, it was 0.85. That's I said it wrong. That was definitely my bad. Okay. So let's see, our this offset here is going to be 25.05. So we're going to say that our keypad horizontal offset is going to be, let's see, it's going to be switch, let's see, right switch horiz offset plus left switch horiz offset divided by 2 minus our 25.05. Oh, and that moved everything. Okay. That looks pretty darn centered to me, chat. That looks pretty centered to me. And then I guess we just bump it up a bit. So that it's kind of centered vertically. The buttons are centered vertically. God, look at that. This is actually going to work, isn't it? And then I think we do have a problem because our switch covers come up to like here. So we might need to make our panel just a little taller because I really want to have the Fingato Stream Deck thing at the top. I want room for that. Unless it could fit in here. I mean, that's a possibility. I think we're doing good, chat. I think we're doing good. Let me just see a center point here. Does that look centered? I think it does. Okay. So let's take this bottom one now and let's just bump that up like, I don't know, 20 or something. Let's just mess with it until we find something that we think looks good. So I'm not quite sure where I want these buttons quite yet. To do that, we're going to go to modified, change parameters, and our 5mm vertical offset. Let's set that to 30mm for now. Interesting. It's moving the whole panel rather than this guy here, which is fascinating. So 30 is too many. Let's try 20. Hey, Hef, how you doing? Prepares to send personally a customized Stream Deck order to Finite. Hey, Urban, how you doing? DC, what's going on? Great to see you all in chat. Ooh, this is actually almost there. It looks like maybe I have to bump it up a millimeter or two. Let's try 22. Is 22 gonna do it? Nope, that's a little too far. Let's try 21. Streamer wearing gold chains? No, these are my headphones. These are my headphones. There we go. Look at that. Okay, let's hit escape here. It's interesting that everything is based off the location of this. Okay, let's do this. The Elgato CAD model is 2 independent components inside of the main. Got it. So really, I'm probably making things a little more complicated than they need to be with that. And then we have 15 out to here. That's great. We got our 21 to the bottom here. We got our 28 to there, 50 to there. Oh, I think we got it, chat. I think we got it. So let's now finish the sketch. And whoa. Oh, and then I think I have to jump forward, right? And this should have all updated. Oh, look at that. It did it. It did it. Ooh. Okay. So I'm thinking these might be a little close to the edge here. I'm thinking these might be a little close to the edge. So let's maybe bump these in slightly and do a difference here. Kodoshun, oh my god. So if we bump these in maybe 10 more millimeters. That should collapse the whole thing a bit. Oh, it looks so good. I mean, it's really basic, but it looks good to me. And this is something I can easily cut out of acrylic, although this might be a little bit of a problem. This might be a little thin for the acrylic. We might have to figure something else out for that. You know, what we could end up doing is do like a 3D printed plate that goes here and inset it. Just need to check your kerf. Yeah. Yep. That's going to be a whole learning process as well. But that might be too thin for cutting out of acrylic. But you never know. You never know. Yeah, let's bump these in slightly. So we'll go back to the sketch. I don't know if I'm doing this right in how I do this, but I go to here. I probably don't even have to. You know what? I don't have to. I can just click on my sketch and wait, now I can't edit sketch. Yeah, acrylic with laser. My laser is not powerful enough to do acrylic, unfortunately. As much as I would love it to be. Oh, can I just do that? Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm a dum-dum. I just have to change the parameters. Right? If I go in and modify my parameters, right? Oh, can I not modify? Change parameters. And then if I were to say let's see, right switch horizontal offset, if I were to set that to 25 millimeters, hold on, I'm going to hit return so we can see if it moves. Look at that. Look at that. Says I'm a dum-dum, slowly looks up at chat to see if anyone confirmed. You're not wrong, Herb. You're not wrong. Look at that. I think we got it here. Although visually, do I want to? Right now I'm aligning this guy to where the switches are. Not, well, I guess the switches are basically, yeah, when you look at it, the switches are basically centered under the caps anyway, so that should work. I was like that when I got params working the first time too. I know, it's like magic. Oh, FedEx just showed up. Hold on, chat. Let me see what came. I'll be right back.
This code is as readable as a well-written logbook, with clear and straightforward logic that makes it easy to follow. The clean formatting and descriptive names ensure that anyone can pick it up and understand the flow without breaking a sweat.
True. Now you're gonna send us back to the BRB scene, aren't you? Maybe not. Okay, that seemed to work. I have a 10-watt laser. It can cut 3mm acrylic. Let me look at what my laser is. Hold on, Rambling Geek. Ta-da! Let's see what it is. I'm sure it says on the thing. I have the specs here. It's a 5 watt. It's a 5 watt laser. So I would guess it's not going to be able to cut the acrylic with a 5 watt laser. If anyone has a contact at Bamboo and you want to get them to sponsor me and send me a new printer with a laser, I'm all in on that. I'm all in on that. 15 watt minimum. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I was looking at laser cutters. They're expensive. Like the powerful ones are expensive. I was like, would love to do that, but that's not going to work. Okay, let's get back to this. We have our layout here. I think what we need to do at this point is 3D print one of these to make sure our spacing works. Hey, Tom Chucks, how you doing? My day's going well. How about you? I feel like this might be a little close. Let me see what the spacing is like here. And then we can try to get that same spacing just as a guess. Okay, so it's about 35 millimeters from center to center. I really want to build your own project using a Stream Deck module. I can't think of a use case. Do you need a use case? I mean, really? Your day's not very good because I realize you have a history test tomorrow. I'm sorry to hear that, Tom. That's no fun. It's a shame we're not in the same country. I could send it to you. I know. And, I could get someone to laser cut it for me and stuff. We'll see. Okay, so the keyhole horizontal offset, this needs to be about 35 millimeters from here to here. So what if I just did this distance plus 35 millimeters? That could work. Send, cut, send. I'm not even sure. Application. Yeah, exactly. RG, something you might try. Reinvent some wheel. Something someone has already done. Along the way, you may come up with a great idea. Yeah, kind of like making a new Stream Deck. Which is exactly what we're doing with a different interface. Let's see here. So key horizontal offset is currently panel width. Oh yeah, so I'm currently averaging it. Let me just try left switch horiz offset plus 35 millimeters. Oh, that's too close to the edge. But that's good to know because we would want to just make this wider. I wonder if I'd set the width of this based on this outside guy and just add to it. That might be the way to do this. Because I think the horizontal spacing here is pretty good for the key. Right? That seems a reasonable distance over, I think. So maybe we just do this distance, the width of our panel. Am I using panel width at all? Panel width minus 50. The left. Okay. So I am using the panel width value here. Yeah, so I think what I need to do here is not do that. Not have that be a constraint. Always index these two switches from this side, because that'll also keep this centered, so we could make this narrower or wider. And then yeah. I think that's how we're gonna do this. Because then this is indexed based on our distance from these, which is for a usability point of view, and then always add a certain distance from here. And that way, as we change these dimensions, our panel actually changes size a little bit, which I think is the way to do this. So currently this is 140. So let's just set this to 140 millimeters. Then we're going to set our panel width to be, let's see, panel width will be left switch horizontal offset plus what was this? What was our key? What is our key? Oh, wait. We'll do key horizontal offset plus 35 millimeters. There we go. And 35 looks like it's too much. I want to see what this offset was so that we get the same offset over here. That makes sense to me. So that right switch horizontal offset Nope. That's not what I wanted. Can I not undo that? Shoot. Redo. Okay. We got a lot of constraints going on here. I'm not entirely sure where all these constraints are coming from because they're all over the place and super messy, which is definitely something I got to learn. But let's see what we can change here. So our initial offset, initial vert offset, switch horizontal offset, key horizontal offset is panel width. Ah, okay. This is what I got to change here. Panel width. Yeah, I want the panel width. They are sometimes auto applied. Less is more. Okay. Panel width. Okay, so this is just trying to average these two, which I don't want to do anymore. I want to set my key horizontal offset to left switch horizontal offset plus 35 millimeters for now. Okay. Then I want to set my panel width instead of 190, this is going to be key horizontal offset plus right switch horizontal offset. Can't reference panel width because it would create a circular reference between panel width. Oh. Oh, here we go. Oh, no. Wait. Where did these reset? I thought we had made these independent. Oh boy, now we're here. I can tell now this is going to be one of those things that we start getting frustrated. Undoing? Was my undoing my undoing? Okay. My undoing was my undoing. I thought I redid, but okay. Darn it. Okay, we'll need to figure out what this is. Let's just take a look here. This is 15. This is panel width minus 50. So instead of doing panel width minus 50, I want to just set this to 140. Because I don't want it to be dependent on the panel width anymore. Okay. So that fixes that. This will set to 25. This is key horizontal. Instead of 175, we're going to say key horiz offset equals. What's this going to be? This is going to be left switch horizontal offset plus 35. Why do we not like that? Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to redo this one because I think it's kind of stuck. Hey, Kevin. We're doing well. We're doing well. Let's see. Where is a... Create a sketch dimension. Oh, I guess D is the key for that. How about the doggo? The doggo is doing well, though he's upstairs with Mrs. Singularity right now. Okay, so this is going to be key horizontal offset for now. And key horizontal offset, there we go. I think that's what we needed to do. We're going to go to our modify, change parameters. Key, can we get these like ordered by name? Key horizontal offset is right now this. Yes, that's what we want it to be. That's what we want it to be. And then our left horizontal offset. And I don't know why some of these, oh, these are favorites. That's what's confusing me. Let's see. Key horizontal offset, for some reason this isn't in the sketch, is this. Panel width is 190. And then left switch is 1. Okay, so now we should be able to do this. Now we should be able to say that our panel width is our key horizontal offset plus 25 millimeters. There we go. Okay, we got it. We got it. That did the thing. Now our size is dependent. Nice. Wow, this is gonna be pretty big. We might want to bring some of these things in a little bit. But I think that spacing is probably pretty good. I think we can bring our I think we can narrow this down a little bit. So this is currently 140. What if we bring that down to 110? Yeah. So we got our buttons there. And the buttons aren't even intended to be pressed. They're just there for visual. So I kind of like that. I kind of like how that brings the size down a bit. And if we finish sketch, okay. Okay, we're moving here. We're moving. I don't want to fill it. I want to edit our sketch, and here I want to fill it these. And here we'll say something like corner radius equals 5 millimeters, 10 millimeters. Back with your competing show. Also, do you need to fill out any recs? Because I'm looking. Wait, what? Competing show? I'm confused. I'm confused. This will be corner radius. Constraints were removed. Okay. Oh. Am I missing something? Oh my God, you know what? I don't have any of my Twitch events showing. Okay. More info. What was constraints and or dimensions were removed during operation? What constraints and or dimensions were removed? Oh well. I got back into doing your coding track on your channel, plus your contract is up. Ah, so need work. Got it. I see what you're getting at. Unfortunately, I don't have any work. We are just working on our little sketch for our panel here. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. I am a fan, chat. I think this is gonna look good. We might have to extend this up a little to be able to get a plate in place. But overall, I think this is looking good. Because I think our switch covers are gonna come up to like here. But we'll try printing this and we'll see. We'll see how much we would need to add once we print it out and see how the pieces fit. I think we got something to print. So we've got this. We also need to print. What else do we need to print? We need to start working on the. We need to start working on the button. The button. What time do we have here? I've been streaming for 2 hours. It's about noon. Yeah, we're not going to start that today. I got to cut it at noon because I work calls. Ugh. It would be nice to be able to just stream, although I got to get stuff done. So we will call the stream here. It's been about 2 hours. We made really good progress today. And I honestly, y'all, I learned a ton. So I'm really excited about what we did here. Do I still work on the OG app? I do, Rambling Geek, although it's more in a maintenance mode right now. So my primary work stuff that I do these days, I mean, that ends up being a chunk. That ends up being kind of half my time. If I'm being honest, it's almost full-time still, but I work a lot of hours is what really ends up happening. But what I'm backfilling in as I'm working on backing out of that project is a lot of work for like Elgato and the OBS team. So I've been working on the Elgato Marketplace plugin, and I have been working on the plugin manager for OBS. So, and I do contract work for OBS, so it's paid, which is fantastic and is kind of a dream. So the way I see it, you know, some people think they won the streaming game when they have like thousands of viewers. Streaming has enabled me to do work that I absolutely love. And so in my mind, I won the streaming game. Without starting streaming, I would have never ended up with the connections with Elgato and the OBS team. And so, yeah, it's a big celebration. I absolutely love it. So I also got to try to get this video done for tomorrow. Stream may or may not happen for tomorrow. I've got a thing on Friday, which I won't go into detail on, because it is no fun, but preparation needs to be done tomorrow. And yeah, so it's gonna depend on when said preparation needs to begin, whether I'm able to stream tomorrow or not. And I will be totally out of commission on Friday. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Thank you all for hanging out today, both on YouTube, over on Stream.place, and here on Twitch as well. I really appreciate y'all. This was a lot of fun. We got this done. The first thing I'm gonna do when I get off the stream here is send this to the printer and print it out. Stitch, how you doing? I apologize for having to end right when you're showing up, but hopefully I will be back streaming tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow will work out. I think it will. I think I can, right? So yes, I will send this to the printer as soon as we get off stream so that I can hook the things up and see how they work. And let's find somebody to raid, and we will do exactly that. Here, let me just open a window to find the raid, and we will go to the twitch.tv. Oh, that was me again. Let us raid. You know who we haven't raided in forever? And it's Good Thursday. I guess it's Wednesday. Good midweek thing to do. Wait, how long has Joystick Nick been streaming? Is Joystick Nick showing off his stuff yet? Oh. You know, he's got his very long intro. So pause. I don't want to hear myself talk to me. We gotta find somebody to raid. You know what? We're gonna raid Justine Griffin, who does amazing music. Justine's music always blows me away. She's like a one-person band, mixes live on stream, plays instruments. It's really cool, and it's always amazing. We haven't raided Justine in a long time. So let's set up the Justine Griffin raid. Our raid call will be Finite Raid. For those of you who have the emotes, we will shower Justine in Ollie puppy faces, because who doesn't? Oh, I just deleted what I was typing out in chat. So let's do the Ollie puppy faces. There we go. There are your two raid calls, whether you have the emotes or not. So with that, have an absolutely amazing rest of your John Bon Jovi day. Hopefully I will be back streaming tomorrow morning. If so, would love to see you there. If not, I will see you all in the coming week. And with that, have a good one. And always remember, be raid buddies. We'll see y'all next time.
Oh, you're good, dude. You guys can't even see him. See if you can see him like this.